Hello and welcome. It's me, Marbles44, and welcome back to another Cardfight Vanguard deck profile. Today's deck profile, we have the soul that is never full, updated, the Soulless OTT, CoCo Susanoo. Let's go. So yeah, this version's CoCo Susanoo. It's the recent version, you know, the Stride version. This is the one you guys have been wanting, and this is the one I'm doing now. So after that last little update, that wasn't really an update, but just was a memory of deck profiles that I've the memory of deck transitions that I did with this deck. Yeah, so we're here. Anyways, incredibly strong deck. This deck is definitely it's as strong. It's pretty much as strong as it used to be. Like, not the best deck, but definitely you can never sleep on this. It's pretty much like that. Yeah, just crazy strong, and I'm loving this, honestly. So let's jump right into the deck profile. Starter, Little Witch LuLu, no change. Why would we? The Little Witch is gonna be our little friend forever. That didn't sound bad, did it? Voice crack. Anyways, as for our grade 3s, we have 4 Scarlet Witch CoCo. So, your first ride, well, there's two reasons you play 4 of these. Your first ride, which is obvious, but in this deck, you just ride her, and then you ride into your next grade 3. She's pretty much just a ride to get your pluses, get your soul empty, put a little pressure on right at the beginning when you hit grade 3, and then bam, you switch into your other grade 3 for just pluses up the wazoo. But yeah, she's your first ride, and obviously she's really nice for stride fodder because of that, the fact that you're only going to get to use one. So, you know, you have 3 free stride fodders. You don't lose any shield for it, and I never call these things the rear guards, so just nice free stride fodders at least, which is very nice. And then we have 4 Supreme Heavenly Battle Deity Susanoo. So I explained this card in the Tsukiyomi deck, but I will re-explain it here since this is my main deck. She gets +5 and a crit at G-Break 2, and when you stride on this card, you can counterblast, look at top 2, put one in your hand, put the other at the bottom of the deck. So she's really nice. She's 11k, so you can't get rushed with her like CoCo can, being a 10k. So you pretty much have CoCo, and then the next turn, you know, you go into her, and you just kind of stride on top of her, and use your skill to rack up pluses, and all that stuff, and use the strides to rack up pluses as well. So crazy plus heavy deck, and yeah, just really strong. Like, CoCo's always been a good card. It's always somebody combining with CoCo, but in this deck, it does feel a little like Susanoo's combining with CoCo. Like, CoCo's just kind of like the side attraction you just ride, which is unfortunate, because in this game, honestly, CoCo's like my avatar. But, yeah, just a really amazing card. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. Yeah, really incredible card. Great for all that stuff. Anyways, let's move on to our grade 2s. So we have 4 Diviner Shinatsuhiko, something like that. Don't know how to say it. She's G-Break 1. She's a 12k beater. So she's a lot better because yes, you can't use her super early, but you never want to rush really early. You normally only have your Vanguard until you ride onto CoCo, so playing her is not a big deal. Like, I never have rear guards. The only case I could say I'd have a rear guard is with fighting against CoCo, but other than that, even then, I never have rear guards. I normally just have, you know, the Vanguard, maybe a card behind it to help boost a bit, like Gemini, AK Beater, whatever. But, so, it's not a big deal with it just being a G-Break 1 for 12k. Because Mocha, once you're really, really low on cards, you know, she's not a beater anymore. So she's just much more consistent, which is a huge deal. And then we have 4 Silent Toms. So this card's really bringing on the threat again with also with what this deck has. So your 4 Silent Toms are awesome. Of course, never try to ride them, because you will get hurt for that. So always put them back in the deck. And especially with the G assist now, always put them back in the deck, always. And then we have 2 Oracle Guardian Wiseman. Now I was thinking of playing 3 or 4 of these because I kind of don't like playing 2. And there's another way you can run the deck. You could play 3 of these and then another card, because he's basically your ride target. But all of the decks in the G meta games normally go for like 6 or 7 turns, and that's it. So it's pretty much the Stride meta is all, you know, rush, and that's why Wiseman isn't as big of a deal. And that's also why she really helps, because it's rush, so you will eventually run out of cards, and then that'll create a problem for Mocha, unfortunately. And he's nice just to be kind of a beater on a rear guard as well early on if you need it, because of Stride being rush. Anyways, our final grade 2 is 2 of Promised Daughter. Now this card's pretty much for a final turn card. What it does is choose an Oracle Think Tank from your hand, discard it. When this unit attacks, if you pay the cost, it gains plus 5,000. So she's pretty much, as I said, final turn card. That's why you play 2. I was actually considering playing 1 and playing 3 Wiseman, and I tried it, but I really never got her when I needed her, unfortunately, so I have to run 2. And the 2 Wiseman doesn't bug me as much, because normally I do end up riding her, which isn't a huge deal, because you have 4 of her. And if I don't ride her, I ride Wiseman. That's normally the pattern. Sometimes, sir. I never ride Tom. Ever. Ever. So yeah, she's just really, really good for ending off games. Especially with how many cards you have and everything. When you're going for that final push, she makes a huge difference. Other than that, you just have her as a 9k that, you know, just kind of swings with something behind it. But her key moment is final turn. So she's big on that, and especially with this deck not having a whole lot of options, creating a final turn moment, especially how much pressure Stride has, it's really important. So yeah, it's pretty big. And I mean, at first I didn't like it and thought the Wiseman was more important, but then I changed my mind and put her in. So yeah, I didn't think it would work as well as it turned out to. And then we have 4 Battle Sister Chocolat. Okay, this is wrong, actually. It's not Battle Sister Chocolat, it's the Unflipping Perfect Guard. Unfortunately, we're getting close to the, you know, new release with the Oracle Think Tank support, and I wanted to do this deck profile before it was kind of a little outdated. So if you don't play these cards, I haven't got the Perfect Guard yet. That's the only thing I'm missing. So the name of the Perfect Guard will be in the description. I'll put the name as an annotation too. So it's the Damage of Flipping Perfect Guard. Super important, that Damage of Flipping Perfect Guards. You can just rack up cards in your hand like no tomorrow with it. Because if one's a drop zone, you know, you Perfect Guard, drop a card, oh look, unflip the damage, and vice versa. And I don't even, vice versa, no. And so on, sorry, that's what I meant to say, so on, not vice versa. I don't know, yeah. I don't know if you could unflip multiple for multiple being in there. I don't think so. I think it's just unflip 1, but I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, so don't play Chocolat. I just have it because I don't have the new Perfect Cards. But other than that, I have everything else in the deck. Just really need to do this deck for a while. I've been waiting on this too long, so I have all the other cards, so not a big deal. Anyways, we have 4 Divine Sword, Ame-no-Murakumo. Man, that's hard to say. Searches for Susanoo, which is nice, especially because you do want to ride into Susanoo right after CoCo, so that's really awesome, and will definitely, honestly, really helps the deck be more consistent. And then also your Stride Fodder. plus 2 stride, so he's grade 3. Perfect stride fodder. And then we have 4 Oracle Guardian Gemini and 1 Imperial Shrine Guard Tsunagai. So 5 8Ks. So we got this little bad boy 8K. I was playing 6, but the problem is I found a problem with playing 3 Susanoo. Not enough stride fodder, and it really cost me games. And also, just playing 3 Susanoo didn't work. I had to use G assist more often than I needed to, and I rarely have to use G assist now with 8 grade 3s. And on top of the fact that it just gave me so many problems with Susanoo. So, and I mean, 5 of the AKs, I have no problem with this. It gives me no problem at all. So, yeah, it gives me no problem at all, and you could play 6, and it is a little more consistent. If you were to, I'd say remove one of her, the Promised Daughter, but other than that, there's really nothing else you could take out. So it's kind of a switch of what you prefer, either this or a Promised Daughter. And then you'll have 1 Promised Daughter, 2 of these, or 2 Promised Daughters and 1 of these. Anyways, this works perfectly well for me. I don't see a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it, and it works perfectly well with Tom as well. So yeah, there's no problems, and even behind my Vanguard, like, I get them easily. Yeah, 5 works perfectly for me. I don't see a problem with it at all. Yeah, I keep repeating myself, huh? Camera started dying. Anyways, onto the triggers. We have 4 Psychic Bird. So, for those, 4 Oracle Guardian Night Key, and 4 Battle Sister Ginger. So we have 12 crits. I actually would like to get the bird trigger instead of the ginger, because I like the bird better, the other bird. Whatever, falcon. Yep. And then we have 4 Lozenge Magus. Definitely need those. They can help when you get really low on deck, trust me. Special one. Special Lozenge Magus. So yeah, 12 crit, 4 heal. Standard, our normal trigger lineup is normal, because it's what we always run in our Soulless OTTs, or most of the OTTs. I don't know any OTT deck that I run 4 draw triggers in except for Battle Sister. that's the only one I can think of. So, anyways, let's move on to our stride units. So we have 4 of the Sword Deity of Thunderbreak, Takemikazuchi. So what she does is you have to Counterblast 2, unflip, and then you flip it face up, right? So these are all face down in my G zone. You Counterblast 2, flip 1 face up, and then you check top 5 cards, and you add 2 to your hand, and then put on the rest at the bottom of the deck in any order you want. And yeah, she's super strong. She's an incredible stride. Probably the best stride in the sorry, those are my words. In the Oracle climb so far, because she gets you 2 pluses. You get to organize your deck from the bottom, and she kind of just, I mean, you get so many pluses on top of Susanoo and some other stuff. It's ridiculous, right? So, yeah, she's just so strong, so strong. A beautiful card, and you gotta play 4 of her. Of course, she unflips herself. That's kind of the only way to play her. Anyways, and then we have 3 Soaring Auspicious, I don't know, Beast Kirin. So 3 of your, if you hit, what he does is if you hit, you check top 2, put 1 in your hand, put the other bottom of your deck, I believe. Yeah, that's what he says. So that's what you do. 3 of those, because he's just really good. Even late game, when you need to hit something, well, you don't need to, but you can either put on pressure or you can get a plus, which could both win you the game. So he's really, really good and really important for that. He's also your first stride, obviously. So, you stride him, then you go to 2 of these, and then maybe another one of him. And then we go into our final guy normally. Snow Element Blizza. Unflip a card, gets plus 5,000 for each one flip face up. It's pretty much the last stride you use. Because you use that, and then that, which unflips that. Same thing. And then you use one more of that, and then you use him, and that gets flipped face up. Because of Blizza. Because that's his cost. I believe it's Counterblast as well. Yes, it is. It's also Counterblast. Counterblast, flip a card face up. Yep. In your G zone. But yeah, just crazy strong card, obviously. And he's one of your big tickets for ending the game because Oracle doesn't have a whole lot of ways other than crit pressure and stuff. So he's a big ticket for ending the game when your opponent's at 5 damage, just like Silent Tom is, and just like Promised Daughter. So those are your 3 tickets for ending games normally. But yeah, that's the stride lineup, and that's the deck profile, man. That's man. Oh, I'm talking to one person specifically, apparently. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me in this deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry about the hand clap. Yeah, this is the stride deck profile before January hits, and we'll get some new cards. Hopefully, I get the perfect guard for next time. The proper perfect guard. It'll still be down there in the description. The proper one you're supposed to use, the damage flipping one, as I said. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Let me know what you think, and that's about it. I'll see you guys next time. If you guys want to see more videos from me, on the left there are Let's Play videos, so you can go and check those out. And if you guys aren't up for that, on the right there are Cardfight Vanguard videos, so you can go and check that out. And if you're still not up for those, I have Super Smash Bros, Pokemon, and a Versus series on my channel, so you can go to my channel and check that out. Also, down below is my review channel where I do reviews, countdowns, game chats, which is like a podcast, and more. And don't forget to check out my Twitter, Facebook, and Skype, all listed at the top there. That is all. Hope you guys enjoy.